Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Morning Garden. I'm here to tell you that I just finished coming from my little greenhouse, and what is taking place in there is that I put in all of my herbs, total of 7 different herbs tonight. Everything from purple basil to sweet basil, thyme, oregano. List goes on and on. But I did do that because I want to be ready when the weather breaks. Forget about all of this stuff that we're dealing with today. Some of it's out of our control. Just do what you can to stay safe. Do what you can to stay positive. That's very important. So here's what we're going to do, folks. I said this the early part of this year. Make certain that you keep your garden prepared so that you know that it's ready for the new year, 2020. So here's what we got going on, folks. My vegetable garden, they're here. They're doing their thing, and I'm ready to make certain that you eat the finest foods. Oh, hello, how you doing there? Hey there, my friend. How you doing? Everything is good. Everything's good on this end. Just making certain that I get the word out there. I did do all of the herbs tonight. I made certain that the soil mixture is proper. I have to make some more because I'm getting ready to move the tomato plants and also the pepper plants to a larger container. And that's good news because that means that they're on schedule, they're growing big, and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So keep that in mind, folks. If you have any questions at all concerning your plants, make certain that you give me a holler, let me know something because you want to make sure that you plant enough. You want to make sure that you have really good soil to plant it in. And there are a number of things you can do to improve your soil quality. Remember, you're not going to get beautiful plants from poor soil. There's just no way to do that. I wish there was. Sometimes it would be easier, but it's not. Prepare your soil to be the best soil that you could possibly have, and you will make certain that your soil will do what you need it to do. Oh, what do we got here? I always report my tomato plants. Okay, okay. Um, Pro Mix is a very good soil mix. Absolutely, hands down. A lot of the cannabis growers like to use Pro Mix because of the job that it does. And I think that if you could afford to use Pro Mix in your pots, I would definitely recommend it. However, you can make Pro Mix. You can make that just like the company made. All the difference is they put it in a bag, and they have a certain recipe. But no recipe has to be perfect. All you have to do is make certain that when you do your soil mixes, that you find a decent recipe, and you can kind of do a little changes to it that you feel might work for your particular environment. Like my environment is I have clay soil, and clay soil is very difficult to drain, and it's very difficult to allow oxygen into the soil. So I simply mix in a portion of my super soil that I create. All right, let's see what we got here. It's $12 at Walmart. Basically, 2 bags of soil come by. My soil is clay and compost every year. Compost added every year. You're doing everything you can possibly do, but don't overlook just adding leaves to the top portion of your soil. That's very important as well. But clay soil, even though you add a lot of organic matter to the soil, it still has a tendency to not allow a lot of oxygen into the soil, especially when it rains on the clay soil and it really condenses the soil down. It's very difficult to allow oxygen into that soil. So make certain that you pay attention to that because it's very important that you make certain that you have enough oxygen getting into those root zones. It's very important. Almost important as adding water and fertilizer. But I appreciate your question. I do. I've dealt with it for years, and clay soil can be difficult when you try to get plants to grow, and you miss that one little small part, which is oxygen, getting to the roots. So, are there any other questions and any other comments? I think that you're going to be fine with what you're doing with the compost, but if you can do something to get some spaces in between that that soil, that clay soil, so that air can get into those roots, you're going to do a lot better. And now I myself am using perlite. You know, it's a little bit pricier, but I want to be certain that I can get oxygen into those roots so that they will grow what I want them to grow. This is not a game, folks. All the practice is over with. Let's get out there and do a dynamite garden this year. Absolutely a successful garden. And what's going to do that is paying the most attention that you can to just the soil, not the plant, but the soil itself. All right, folks, on that note, unless you have any more questions, I'm going to get out of here because I have some more orders to place as far as I just ordered giant Russian cabbage. I just ordered the seeds, and I think that I'll get those around April 17th. So I would like to get them now so I can put them in and let them start growing. But if I get them a little later, then I'll just keep that in mind for the fall. Keep that in mind, folks. I mean, when you do your plants, grow them in bulk. Make certain that you have enough there to do what you need to do. This is the Morning Gardener, folks. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. And yours truly is going to find something else around this house here to get into. So let's keep that in mind. If you have any questions, remember to you can leave comments on the videos, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much, folks. This is the Morning Gardener. Have a good day, and remember, keep on growing. Thank you.